Hi everyone, I'm your host Chanel Omari from Breaking Hits, and we're here with a very special guest today. Some of you might even know him from the iconic R&B group, one of my favorites, Blackstreet, and some of you might just know him as an awesome songwriter and singer. And he's out with 2 new hot singles today, Heat and Lover. Please welcome our dear friend, Lenny Harold. Thank you for cheering me on because I was sweating over there. Thank you. So now that I'm in your presence, it's an honor having this interview with you today.
That's awesome.
So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good.
These lights are hot, but you know we're gonna work this out.
We're gonna work this out. So let's get to it. You're out with 2 new hot singles, yes. Lover and Heat, both on breakinghits.com, which by the way is under my playlist as one of your DJs, so go check it out, and under your profile. Word. And you actually are hitting the charts in the UK, up to 15 in Spain, Argentina, France, Denmark, Germany, you name it, Japan, the list goes on and on.
It's making moves.
It's making viral hits. A, talk to me about how does that feel to get to that point in your solo career, and B, what was the inspiration behind going solo? What was the inspiration behind these 2 hits?
Lover is more so, I know initially you think the cover of it, it's like, okay, this is a beautiful love song, blah, 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 but actually in all reality, the song is actually an affirmation. The song is, because I've made mistakes in the past.
We all have, right?
You know what I mean? I've done my dirt. So honestly, so what the song is saying, it's an affirmation for me saying, look, I only want one lover. I only need one lover. This and everything else throughout the song, the verses are explaining how I would cherish that love when I received that love. Heat was a experimental, I guess we could say. The producer, Armando Colon, which he produced both songs.
Wow, yeah.
3-time Grammy Award nominated, so I gotta throw that out there, you know, bang, bang.
Shout out. No, he's a big producer, really. I was gonna ask you about that too.
Right. So we were playing around with some sounds, and he was like, you know, I really want you to just keep this one simple, but I want you to approach this a little different. And I was like, okay, how do you want me to approach it? He goes, I want you to listen to SOS Band and Alexander O'Neal and get into a vibe. And I was like, okay, sure. Start playing Alexander O'Neal, start playing SOS Band. Then the next thing I know, now I'm listening to Sheila E's music, now I'm listening to Earth, Wind & Fire, and I'm listening to all of these different genres, not like I haven't heard this music before, but now I'm listening to it in a different way. And so right after that, it was like, oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Went to write it. Literally, the song wrote itself in like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And recorded it in like maybe an hour.
That's amazing.
And came back later just to fix ad-libs when I was like, that could be a little better. But yeah, so it's just, I call Heat like the cookout anthem of 2018.
Ooh, I love that.
Because it feels good, right? It makes you want to dance.
The cookout anthem of I mean, that needs to be playing on the radio like every second, every day. That's a great one.
Exactly. So, and it just gives you that really feel-good vibe, and I love it, and I'm happy that people are attaching to it. I can't be more grateful for that. So
it's amazing too, like worldwide, right?
Yeah.
So like it's only just been out a little over a year.
Yeah. Well, Lover we released in October-ish, and Heat we just released not too long ago. So like for this response, it's just awesome. But I have an awesome team, so like they work really hard.
Yeah, and so let's talk about the team, right? Let's talk about music in general. I think.
Okay.
People think it's really easy to become an overnight success. I don't think they realize the time, the energy. What does it take really to become successful in this industry? Mm-hmm. And talk to me about the process. You know, why pick a certain producer? Why a certain beat? How does that sell? Why do you pick this certain genre as opposed to another certain genre? You know, if you could talk to us a little bit about like how the process works.
Well, for me, the process is a little different. What I do is I don't go in with an agenda. I literally let the music talk to me, and I just translate what I'm feeling the best I can into lyrics and melody. And so unless I do have a vibe, I know what producer is going to bring out a certain feel. So I'll go to that particular producer. We'll either work from scratch, or I'll go, okay, this is the idea I have. Send me something. I'm in this vibe right now, so send me vibes like this, and I'll see what I can do from it. And I feel like when you go in with an agenda, you're not really letting the music be the music, you know? Because if you're going in like, I'm trying to make a #1 hit and
I want to be famous or whatever, for the wrong reasons.
It's not organic. It's not organic. And at the end of the day, people know when you being fake and when you're just put on. You know what I mean?
So that brings me back to, you're talking about the team, how important it is to have the right team around you. Talk to me a little bit about finding the team, your manager, you know, producers, all that, and how important loyalty really is when it comes to your team.
The first part is to find a team that understands you as an artist. Because if they don't understand you as an artist, you can have, and I've been in situations where the team that I was with was trying to morph me into something that I wasn't, and it wasn't as organic, and it was a struggle trying to be someone I wasn't on stage and in interviews and in the music itself. And when it's not organic like that, that's, again, back to what I said before, it's not real, and the audience knows, you know what I mean? And then it takes too much to try to build into a persona that you don't own. So when your team knows who you are, it's smooth sailing after that. Because if you think of something outlandish, or because I have the tendency to go left, me too.
I don't sing as well as you. But okay, sorry, go. That's it.
And so I have a team that'll be like, that's good. And then other times it'll be like, okay, that's good, but we gotta find a happy medium. Because I think about 2 people will get what you're talking about.
Right. Not one, right.
Right.
They bring you down to earth in a way,
right, exactly. That's the first part of it. And then the second part of it is people that are really loyal to the artistry. Because at the end of the day, if your team is about gain for themselves, it doesn't work that way. You're the product. They have to put their energy into the product. When the artist then has to do so much work to then also try to manage the team that's managing them, and now you're also trying to be an artist and you're also trying to create, it becomes way too much work. And you can't be who you are.
Yeah, that's very crucial advice. So speaking about also team, you are now on BreakingHits.com.
Right. My management team, Mike introduced me to the team over at Breaking Hits, and after exploring the website and understanding what was actually happening, and I was like, yo, this is actually kind of cool. And my manager was like, all right, well, I can put you on. You want to be? Sure, just do it. Let's go. So and then starting to see how they're building, you know, I was like, oh, I love the fact that I'm a part of this as they're still building from the ground up, and you know what I mean, and it's just a beautiful experience. I love what they're doing, especially for indie artists, because in this world it's difficult for us to have platforms to be heard and to be heard by important people. So, and that's what I also love about this platform, is you can be heard by important people, you know, that can help further your career instead of just kind of just sitting there floating. Because you know, there's some platforms that you just sitting there,
right? Like it's like almost like, because you could say you could go on YouTube,
right?
But this is almost like an exclusive membership, almost like you have that key in, right?
Yeah. And that's what's so cool about it. And so you know you have to be a music lover in order to hear this music that's on this platform.
You were part of the most iconic R&B group in history, one of my favorites, Blackstreet.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be part of it?
Amazing. First of all, Teddy Riley is very particular about who he works with. So for me to be on his radar, number one, and then for me to be asked to be a part of such a legendary group with such a legendary producer, it was amazing. I knew that I was like, okay, all right, Lenny, you're doing something right now. You're doing something right now. You know what I mean? So, no, it was definitely one of the most grandest experiences that I've had.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And talk to me a little bit about, you know, obviously it's always bittersweet. You're with the group for a long time.
Right.
What do you think the challenges were, and why did you decide to go solo?
Got you. You know, it was time for me to start just expressing me again. And when a group setting, you know, you have everybody's personality, everybody's working on something. We were working on material. Unfortunately, it just never came out. But and that was another side of it too as well. Like I felt like I just needed to be heard. there was a song in my heart that I needed to put out, you know? And so, but what was so beautiful about it was that all the guys were just like, Lenny, it kind of sucks that you're choosing to do this, but we support you. And I have support from everybody. Like, I can literally call them right now and be like, and everybody will answer their phone. Everybody would be like, what's good? You all right? You chilling? How's the family? You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And that was beautiful. And that's how I knew, okay, all right, it's time for me to go on my path now. You know, I gained what I can from this situation, and that experience was absolutely amazing. The things that I've learned.
I mean, you guys also you came up with that iconic song, No Diggity, No Doubt, one of all of our favorites. I'm not even going to say mine. It's like everybody's favorite. And this is where I'm going to include this question in here, because a friend of mine who's also a songwriter is 20 years old, right? I'm 33. There's a huge age gap. So what was interesting to me is that he knew the song, he knew you, he knew Blackstreet very well, and he listened to it. And it's fascinating to me that people can still resonate with it after so long. But also, look how the music industry changed in general because of social media, right? So talk to me a little bit about, how did the music industry change from the time you were part of Blackstreet to now? And is that challenging, or is that good for artists?
Got you. It is a bit more challenging, but yet it is beneficial. Because I know in my development, when I was coming into the music industry, we didn't have those outlets. I think the only outlet that we had was like MySpace and Black Planet at that time. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm really probably showing my age, and I probably, whatever. But, you know,
look like you're
whatever.
20, so it doesn't matter, so it's fine, it's good.
But it's all good. That's where I come from. That's my hood.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
You're better than all that. We're not ageist here, but you know what I mean.
Right. It's cool because now you have the ability to create a hashtag now.
Right.
And with that hashtag, a lot of people can connect to that one hashtag, you know? Back then we didn't have that, you know what I mean? And I don't want to say back then like it was like 30 years ago, but like at the end of the day, like we didn't have those outlets to get music out there. Now this generation has these outlets to get out. It's a different frequency that this generation is on, you know? Even when it comes down to even like music, you know, it's all about hi-hats and 808s, you know? And it's not the generation that is thinking more timeless, you know? They're thinking more monetary right now, and it's what can I do to make somebody twerk in the club at the moment, which is cool. Everybody needs that music, because I damn sure know I need that music. You know what I mean? So like,
but they're not thinking about longevity, legendary hits, where like I just like No Diggity, No Doubt. How we're wording is that everybody could talk about it till today.
And so to wrap back to your friend, that's amazing that music from what was that, the 90s, is still resonating. You know what I mean? If you type in on Instagram and you type in No Diggity, you will see so many people of this generation still singing that song, even acoustic versions of it, singing it at karaoke's. Like, it still gets a crowd lit. And I know even performing it still gets the crowd lit. Like, they absolutely love it. And that's timeless music. And that's one of the things that I learned from Teddy too, is that undercurrent of timeless music. Do something that you know is going to last. Do something that you know generations after generations is going to sample that just to put it in the music. You know what I mean? Because it was something about that they can't seem to capture at that moment, so they're going to sample it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So to have this generation respect that's dope, especially when the frequency is only hi-hats and 808s right now.
Can you tell us or share with us 5 tips of how to become successful in the music industry?
Ooh, 5. Okay. Know yourself and be sure of yourself. I would say have an awesome team that understands your assurance in yourself. Work with people musically that bring out the best in you. 4, know yourself again.
Yeah.
And be confident in saying no when you need to say no. And number 5, take humility with you wherever you go, because sometimes it's not your talent that opens doors, but it's your humility that does.
speaking of humility and humble, you're probably one of the most humble people in this world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
everything, for being
awesome.
here. You can check out Lenny Harold at breakinghits.com,
Word.
iTunes, Spotify,
Word.
Pandora coming soon,
Word.
YouTube, you
Word.
name it, every
Word.
TV show, every radio
Word.
show, because I know that's going to happen.
Word.
And we are
I
so
appreciate
rooting
that.
for your success. We
Thank
love
you so
you.
much.
We
Thank you so
support
much.
you.
This
We're
has been awesome.
excited.
You
We're
are
excited
an
for you.
awesome
I'm going to cheer you on at the
You're an
Grammys.
awesome host.
Really?
I'm here for
Thank
your
you.
hosting.
Oh,
Like, I'm a fan of your hosting. So
I
like,
love you.
keep
Thank you
doing
so much.
what you do.
And where can we follow you, by the way?
It's Lenny Harold on all social media.
At Lenny Harold at all social media. Stay tuned to this amazing,
Word.
humble,
Word.
talented,
Hey,
brilliant,
hey,
amazing
hey,
person and
hey,
artist. And we'll
hey.
see you at the Grammys.
What? I
And we'll
received that.
see you at the Grammys.
I received that.
Amen.